Hi there, future scientists and math wizards. Welcome to Ismail Road. I'm Sir M, and I created this channel just for you, senior high school students looking to make science and math easier, clearer, and yes, even more fun. On Smile Road, we explore exciting lessons in general science, solve real life problems in general mathematics, and learn how these subjects connect to the world around us, from floating boats to your monthly budget. Each meeting, I'll guide you through lessons using simple explanations, real life examples, and even a few challenges to keep your brain sharp. Whether you're reviewing for exams, catching up on class topics, or just curious about how the world works, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you won't miss any of our learning adventures here on Smile Road. So, are you ready to start this journey with me? Let's walk the road of knowledge with a smile. We are now dealing with grade 11 general science, quarter 2 chemistry. And we are dealing with chemistry lesson Roman numeral number 6, representing biological and environmental processes using chemical equations, photosynthesis, and respiration. Intended learning outcomes. By the end of this lesson, the learner should be able to A. Explain the significance of chemical equations in representing biological and environmental processes. B. Write the chemical equation for photosynthesis showing the reactants and products. Letter C. Write the balanced chemical equation for cellular respiration including aerobic and anaerobic pathways. Letter D. Differentiate between photosynthesis and respiration in terms of energy flow and chemical transformations. Letter E. Analyze how photosynthesis and respiration maintain ecological balance and contribute to the carbon cycle. Letter F. Apply knowledge of chemical equations to real-life examples such as plant growth, energy, production, and environmental sustainability. Introduction to chemical equations in biology. Chemical equations are symbolic representations of chemical reactions. In biology, chemical equations help illustrate the transformation of substances during vital processes like photosynthesis and respiration. These equations show reactants, the starting substances, products which are the substances formed, and the stoichiometric relationship between them. Number 2, photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants, algae, and some bacteria convert light energy into chemical energy stored in glucose. Occurs mainly in the chloroplast of plant cells. And the general chemical equation, we have 6 moles of carbon dioxide plus reacted with 6 moles of water, and then there is a light energy, and then it will produce 1 mole of C6H12O6, a glucose, and 6 moles of oxygen. Explanation of the equation. Carbon dioxide from the air and water from the soil are the raw materials. Light energy absorbed by chlorophyll drives the reaction. Glucose C6H12O6 is produced as an energy store. Oxygen is released by a product as a byproduct essential for respiration in living organisms. Significance: provides energy for plant growth, produces oxygen necessary for aerobic life, and then forms the basis of the food chain and carbon cycle. Cellular respiration. Cellular respiration is the process by which living organisms breaks down glucose to release energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Takes place in the mitochondria and eukaryotic cells. Aerobic respiration with oxygen. So we have 1 mole of glucose reacted with 6 moles of oxygen. Then you produce 6 moles of carbon dioxide, 6 moles of water, and the energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Notice that this reaction is just a conversion or the other way around of what we call the photosynthesis reaction. This is aerobic respiration. And then anaerobic respiration without oxygen, example, fermentation. So you will have in animals, and it happens in the muscle cells, we have glucose produces 2 moles of C3H6O3 and energy in the form of ATP. So in yeast, we have a glucose, and then it produces 1 mole of glucose, C6H12O6, decomposes to produce 2 moles of ethyl alcohol, 2 moles of carbon dioxide, and the energy, which is in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Explanation of the equation. So glucose is the primary fuel. Oxygen is required in aerobic respiration. Carbon dioxide and water are waste products in aerobic respiration. ATP produced is the energy currency used by cells for various activities. Significance: provides energy for cellular functions, and then complements photosynthesis by using oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide, which plants use. Relationship between photosynthesis and respiration. Photosynthesis and respiration are complementary processes. Photosynthesis stores energy in glucose molecules. Respiration releases energy from glucose. Together, they form the carbon-oxygen cycle, maintaining ecological balance. Real-life applications. Understanding these equations help explain plant growth and crop production. Energy flow in the ecosystem. environmental processes like oxygen replenishment and carbon cycling, the basis for bioenergy production and sustainability initiatives. Challenging questions for our chemistry lesson Roman numeral number 6, representing biological and environmental processes using chemical equations, photosynthesis, and respiration. Number 1. A plant is exposed to carbon dioxide in rich air for 24 hours. Using the chemical equation of photosynthesis, calculate how many molecules of oxygen are released if 12 molecules of carbon dioxide are absorbed. So we are given the number of carbon dioxide molecules absorbed, which is 12 molecules. We know that our photosynthesis reaction is 6 moles of carbon dioxide reacted with 6 moles of water. With light, you produce 1 mole of glucose and 6 moles of oxygen, and required the number of moles of oxygen molecules released. While write the mole ratio between carbon dioxide and oxygen. So the mole ratio is 6 is to 6. And then this simplifies to 1 carbon dioxide to produce 1 mole of oxygen by dividing 6 carbon dioxide to form 6 moles of O2 by 6. So you have 1 carbon dioxide is capable of producing 1 mole of oxygen. So from there, let's use the ratio to find the oxygen molecule release. So we are given 12 moles of carbon dioxide and we multiply it by 1 oxygen is needed or is produced using 1 mole of carbon dioxide. And then cancel out carbon dioxide. So you will have 12 moles of oxygen. So the final answer, 12 moles of oxygen are released. Practice problem number 2. Compare the energy yield of aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration of 1 molecule of glucose. Use the chemical equations to explain why one is more efficient than the other. So we're given aerobic respiration, it produces approximately 36 to 38 ATP. And then anaerobic respiration, it produces approximately 2 ATP. And so we are required to compare the energy yield and explain the efficiency. So anaerobic respiration uses oxygen to completely oxidize glucose to carbon dioxide and water. So each glucose molecule produces 36 to 38 ATP, making it highly efficient. Anaerobic respiration partially breaks down glucose, producing only 2 ATP per glucose molecule. The chemical energy is not fully extracted because oxygen is not available as the final electron acceptor. So our conclusion, aerobic respiration is far more efficient than anaerobic respiration because the complete oxidation of glucose releases much more energy. We will have our next part of this chemistry lesson, Roman numeral number 6,